She's swanning around this enormous house and poor old Dad's living in this pokey little flat.
It's up to them how they run their lives, Joe.
Don't expect me to be happy about it. Oh, great, just what we need. Didn't D24 say a handful of protesters?
Must have gone forth and multiplied.
They have to do it half an hour before the end of my shift.
You might want to leave the talking to me.
Why is that?
Just so I can speak their language. It's the old salvo in me.
You're saying I can't stay objective.
Did I say that?
You don't have to.
All right, everybody, just quiet down, please. Make way. Police coming through. Move the way. Excuse me. Mel.
Stuart, Constable Murray.
Beryl, what are you doing here?
Saving lives, Constable.
Told them to block the door. Nobody can get into the clinic.
I'm not sure the clinic is quite the right word for what you're doing in there, dear.
Beryl, you can't do this.
Of course we can, Constable. Someone has to do something to stop the abortions.
You've got the wrong idea about the clinic, Mrs. Toogood. We offer a range of health services to women.
Including abortions?
If that's what the patient chooses, yes.
It's not her choice to make, though, is it?
Don't you think women have a right to choose?
And what choice does the baby get?
I've got patients that need to get through.
Beryl, can't you do something about this?
It's out of my hands, I'm afraid.
Make way, please! Move out of the way! Everybody step aside! Move out of the way, please! Excuse me. Cut the car.
It's Nelson. He's okay. He's broken his collarbone, but he's going to be fine.
What was he doing there anyway?
Well, I really didn't get a chance to...
But a 13-year-old in an anti-abortion protest? I mean, it just
don't
doesn't
know.
make any sense.
Mel's in with him now.
Do you have a driver?
Ben's taken it down to the station. Did you want to have a word with her?
Her? Oh, it's probably better if I don't.
Mum, I just don't believe in abortion.
I'm sorry?
It's murder. It's wrong in the eyes of God.
You're 13. What could you possibly know about abortion?
I'm old enough to know the difference between right and wrong.
Oh. Nelson, if you wanted to talk about this, you could have come to me.
Yeah, and you would have told me not to go to the protest.
Yeah, you're right.
I just couldn't stand back and let those babies get killed.
Abortion's a very complicated issue, Nelson.
We know you mean well, but this may not be the best way to express your views, you know.
But it's wrong. The Bible says so.
Who on earth have you been talking to?
A few people.
Has somebody put you up to this?
No.
We need to know who's been feeding you this rubbish.
I don't want to get anyone in trouble.
I'm so sorry, Tommy. If there's anything I can do...
You organised the protest?
Yes, and it was peaceful.
You completely blocked the door to the clinic.
Our aim is to make these women think twice.
By intimidating them?
I pray every day and every night that God will show them the error of their ways. Tom, you understand.
And what was Nelson doing there?
I really have no idea.
You didn't recruit him?
We don't need to recruit anyone. People join us because they're willing to stand up and do the right thing. We don't need this new clinic.
He's just a boy.
A boy who knows right from wrong. Something many of our younger people have forgotten. I'm very sorry about what's happened to him, Tommy, but shouldn't you be speaking to the poor woman who ran him down?
My foot slipped on the accelerator. I didn't mean to hurt anyone, but they were a mob. Thankfully, it wasn't worse. And we were running late for Caitlin's appointment.
Caitlin's your daughter?
Yes, she had an appointment at the clinic, and they wouldn't let us through. You saw what they were like, swarming all over the car, holding those disgusting pictures up to the window. What sort of person would show pictures like this to a girl who's about to have a termination?
So, that's what she was here for?
She got herself into a situation. Girls that age, you know what it's like.
Mistakes happen.
Of course. But no reason why that should wreck her life. Stop her from reaching her full potential.
What's inside me doesn't look anything like those posters. It's only this big. Doesn't feel anything, doesn't think, just a mistake. Can't let it wreck my life.
Caitlin, can you tell us how the accident happened?
I told her there was no hurry, but she never listens.
The car was surrounded by protesters. Your mum was edging forward.
Yeah, but they were getting out of the way. Mum just got more and more worked up. We're going to be late. We're going to miss the appointment. I've got a meeting.
So how did the accident happen?
I told her to calm down, but she just barreled through.
Foot didn't slip on the accelerator.
That's what she said.
You may receive a summons for recklessly causing injury and careless driving.
And what about the protesters? Hope you're charging them.
Just sign here.
They were the ones
Thanks.
breaking the law after all.
Yeah.
You all right? Gonna be okay?
Sure.
Well, if there's anything you want to talk about.
Is that all?
Yes. Free to go.
You know, this is all your daughter's fault.
I beg your pardon?
It's her sex education classes at the school. They're way off the mark.
Mum?
Ever since they started, all the kids have been at it like rabbits.
Since when are you interested in sex education classes?
I was just asking.
If you're trying to pick up a few pointers, you might have left your run a little late.
Ha ha.
I'm not exactly teaching raunchy subject matter. Just contraception and ways to say no, all the usual stuff. Kids are much more informed about sex these days. Isn't that right, Daniel?
Yeah, I guess.
You want to give us a hand, mate?
I'm busy. I've got some homework to finish up.
We're going to eat in a minute.
I'm not hungry.
You let them get away with murder. If I'd tried a stunt like that, you'd have gone through the roof.
That's not true. It's not.
Come on, Dad.
It's not. If things are different, it's because I'm not their father. Thank you.
You know, I can't even remember you setting a table when we were kids.
That's because your mum always had it done by the time I got home.
So why do you want to know about the classes?
It just came up today at work.
How?
It was just a passing comment.
From whom?
A parent. It was nothing.
So that's why you invited me over.
No.
You're never going to trust my judgment, are you?
Of course I trust your judgment.
You hear one complaint from a disgruntled parent and you instantly assume that I've done something to stir up trouble.
It wasn't a complaint. Look, can we talk about this later?
Susan, hi, nice to see you.
I thought Susan might join us for dinner.
Oh, good. You can help me talk to Nelson here. He's extremely interested in the abortion debate.
I don't think I'll be able to make it after all. I have a sex education class to prepare.
You know you're more than welcome, don't you?
Yeah, maybe some other time.
Okay. Oh, what's this?
It's mine.
Wendell's story. Your teacher gave you this?
Yeah.
Wendell Story. Your flatmate.
Well, I think the children have a right to all sides of the argument.
Nelson is 13. He's not mature enough to discriminate about this sort of propaganda.
Maybe you underestimate him.
Oh, Wendell, I can't believe this.
This is something I'm very passionate about, Susan.
Like you were passionate about Buddhism a few months ago.
That was different.
Did you encourage Nelson to attend that protest?
I mentioned it to him. I was glad to see him there. Showed the courage of his convictions.
You encouraged him to wave placards of aborted fetuses in Caitlin Price's face.
I'm sorry that Caitlin may have been upset by that. I'm certainly sorry about Nelson, but I won't apologise for encouraging women to do what's right.
Right for whom?
There's no time for a debate. I suggest you keep your beliefs to yourself in future.
Who is this guy?
He teaches music and geography. He's only been there a couple of terms.
How old is he?
Early 20s.
But he's a right to lifer.
He's got a right to his own opinions. I mean, some of his other ideas are a bit flaky, according to Susan.
A teacher shoving his own opinions down kids' throats. Great.
Yeah, like those sex education classes, encouraging them to go at it like rabbits.
Thank you, Mrs. Price.
Hello all.
Mrs. Toogood, what can we do for you?
Beryl.
Brought you all in a little something.
Is that the lemon or the passion fruit?
Passion fruit with the lime swirls.
We can't accept that.
We can't?
It's payola.
It's a cake.
Just a token of my appreciation for any little difficulty we may have caused
No,
yesterday.
might not be a good time, Beryl.
But at least take some home for young Nelson. Be a pity to waste her.
Oh, Mrs. Price, what can we do for you?
Keep her and her cronies away from my daughter.
I really don't know what you mean.
Had one on my doorstep last night.
I certainly didn't send anyone around.
That teacher, the creepy one.
Wendell Story.
Wanted to talk to Caitlin, would have given her a sermon there on the front step, if I'd let him. Can I charge him with trespassing?
Did he leave when you asked him to?
I didn't give him much choice.
No, unfortunately you can't.
Wendell's a good boy, very eager.
We'll have a word with him, Mrs. Price.
Good.
Leave it with us.
All right. We'll be right. Sarge, that was Dr. Mel. She's got a problem at her place.
So, you've been doing a bit of work on your car.
Well, somebody has.
Any idea who?
Well, I had the right to lifers on my lawn early this morning.
Why don't you ring us?
There didn't seem to be any need. They weren't doing any harm. Or so I thought.
Well, one of them was packing a wheelbrace.
Well, I guess this is supposed to stop me getting to work.
We can't have that, can we?
Thanks.
Why'd you choose to be a doctor?
Why'd you choose to be a cop? Okay, everyone back, please. Just let everyone through.
We're not going to give up, Doctor.
Beryl, can't you call them off?
Ben?
Yeah, you deal with them. I'll get Mel through here. Out of the way, please.
You're going to have to answer to a higher power in the end.
Move out of the way.
It's not too late to see the light.
Beryl, that's enough.
Look, would you all please move away from the doors? Please just I know what you're trying to do, but you're not going to stop the clinic from remaining open. We have a job to do, and we are going to do it. Ah!
Mel? Mel? Joe!
What?
Collapse. Mel?
Mel?
Mel? She's been shot.
How is she?
In intensive care. Taking x-rays, giving her scans.
What happened?
We're still not sure.
Looked to me like a bullet wound, but we didn't hear a shot.
What, a silencer?
It could be a .22. The noise of the crowd might have covered the shot.
Nobody saw anything.
No one that we questioned.
By the time we'd helped Mel, a lot of them had disappeared.
Crime centre on their way. The area's been sealed off.
Are you going to notify homicide?
Not until we find out how bad Mel is.
You're treating it as an attempted murder.
At this stage, yeah.
Suspects?
Well, anyone against Mel and her clinic, I guess.
How could you even think?
Beryl, someone attacked her, and your group had the place surrounded.
Our purpose is to preserve life, not to hurt anyone.
Why did you turn up at Dr. Carter's house this morning?
We wanted to help win her over, to change her mind.
Was it supposed to be some sort of warning, was it?
No.
Well, your lot disabled her car. Maybe when that didn't work, one of you attacked her.
No.
We'll need a list of all the members of your group.
There's no list. We're not an organised group as such, just like-minded Christians.
So how do you get the word out to everyone?
There's a phone tree. I ring 3 people, then they ring 3.
That's it.
Right, so the circled names are the ones that turned up at Mel's house this morning. We should check them out first.
Why?
Well, the crimes may be linked.
Yeah, well, whoever it was would have had a better shot at her place this morning. And less witnesses.
That's all I've got.
Okay.
We're not looking for a firearm. Just had a call from the hospital. The x-ray shows the projectile was a marble.
Mel was standing about here, facing that way.
Right, the marble hit her at a 90-degree angle, which
So the
means...
shooter must have been somewhere over there.
What did I hear about you and your mum having a blur?
Big mouth Ben, we're not having a blue. I'm just not talking to her.
Why not?
None of your business.
Joe, you can't blame your mum for the breakup. I mean, your dad doesn't.
Yeah, well, she thinks I'm going down there for a birthday dinner. She's mistaken.
It's a birthday. When?
Today.
And you haven't called her? Hey!
There's our weapon.
Used to have one of these when I was in year 10. Strong draw to it.
A marble would have the same effect as a bullet.
Tell you one thing, you're not looking for the best welder in the world. Definite C- material.
The school?
There was a spate of slingshots for a while there. They were banned. I confiscated one a few weeks ago.
You still got it?
Yep. Oh.
Is it?
What's going on?
Look, I just didn't want to say it in front of them. I thought you'd want to know first.
No, what?
I confiscated the slingshot from Nelson.
Yeah, it's mine. I can tell by the little ding here.
Nelson, where were you this morning?
I was at school.
Before school?
Home.
We had breakfast about 8:15.
After brekkie?
Walked to school. I was a bit late.
Did you lend the slingshot to anyone?
How could I? It was confiscated.
Why on earth would you make something like this?
To stop the rabbits. They were eating Mum's veggies in the garden. I thought I'd scare them off. I didn't want to hurt them, though.
Right, so you would never shoot at a person then?
No. I mean, someone could get hurt.
Even someone who you thought was doing the wrong thing? Like Dr. Carter at the clinic?
Nelson, somebody used your slingshot to shoot Dr. Carter.
Is she all right?
She's very seriously hurt.
Mum, I wouldn't...
No, it's okay. We know you wouldn't have done.
Why would someone want to hurt the doctor?
Well, sometimes people's ideas get the better of them and they do the wrong thing.
Thanks. I'll see you at home, right?
Yeah, sorry about this.
Well, I just hope you find who's responsible, that's all.
Tigger. Hey, don't worry, he's a good kid.
Yes, he is.
Apart from the radical views he's picked up from that teacher.
They're not radical just because they differ from yours.
Hey, Wendell Story could have had access to that slingshot.
Was he at the protest this morning?
No, but he was yesterday.
Have we spoken to him yet?
He's been teaching all morning, but he's coming in at lunchtime.
Get him in now.
I know what this is about.
Oh?
Okay. I went around there.
Where?
To Caitlin Price's. Isn't that what you wanted to talk about?
Go on.
I was concerned. I teach Caitlin guitar. She trusts me, I think.
Well, her mother claims you harassed her, actually.
I wouldn't do that. I wanted to make sure she was okay.
Wendell, where were you at 8:22 this morning?
Why do you want to know
If
that?
you wouldn't mind answering the question, please.
Same as usual, at school.
What time did you get there?
About 8.
You want to confirm this?
We drove in together, got here at 8 o'clock.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I had some urgent marking to do, so I had one eye on the clock.
Did you see Wendell between 8 and 8:25?
Yeah, he was practicing guitar.
Where?
Down the music room. Okay, I'll show you. I come down here when I need to work and to avoid students knocking on the staff room door. Wendell practices in here.
And you're in there the whole time?
Yeah, you're calling me a liar.
Of course not. How well do you know him?
Oh, well enough. I needed somewhere to live when Dad moved into the rectory and Wendell offered to share his place.
Bit of a weirdo, isn't he?
No, he's harmless.
So, what about the two of you? Any,
Hardly.
Just asking.
No, I don't think Wendell's seeing anyone at the moment, if he ever has.
Being a right to lifer puts a bit of a crimp in your love life.
This whole thing's just a phase. I should know, I've been through a few myself.
So what time did he finish practicing?
He played until the first bell.
What time's that?
8:30.
Well, let's assume for a minute that Wendell didn't do it.
Pretty hard to get around an alibi provided by the boss's daughter.
Doesn't mean he's not involved. Could have organised someone else to do his dirty work.
I'm going to be late for maths.
Oh, your teachers won't mind.
We just want to ask you a couple of questions about Mr. Story.
What about him? He gave me a book to read, that's all.
Has he given books to anyone else?
I don't know.
Have you heard any other kids talking about him?
Look, Mr. Story's a good bloke. He stands up for what he believes in.
Did he encourage you to go to the protest?
No, I made my own mind about that.
Sure?
Look, none of this is my fault.
No one's saying it is, Nelson.
It's not as if I'm the one that got Caitlin pregnant.
Do you know who did?
Well, who told you? It was Nelson, wasn't it?
Daniel,
Sorry, Mum.
you're the father?
Well, I wasn't going to tell you. I thought I wouldn't have to. Caitlin was going to go to that clinic. But Nelson had the dob, didn't he?
How did he find out?
He overheard me on the phone. He's been giving me that don't kill the baby lecture ever since.
So how did you feel about her having a termination?
I didn't know how I felt. What was I supposed to do?
Did you have any idea?
None. It's not as if he tells me anything. I didn't even know he was seeing this girl.
I should have talked to him more.
Oh, he's not exactly the easiest person in the world to talk to.
I could have made more of an effort. I mean, I know I'll never replace his father.
Hey, Tom, don't blame yourself for this. Whatever's happened, well, his dad and now this, it's... Well, I suppose he's not a boy anymore. I have to stop treating him like one. It's going to be the hardest thing.
We're going to have to question him more.
You don't honestly believe he had anything to do with firing that slingshot?
Of course not. But from what you've said, obviously there's a possibility he had a motive.
That's ridiculous.
Grace, I have no choice.
What 16-year-old kid wants to be a father? I mean, wouldn't he just want the problem to go away?
Like you and your mother, you mean?
Give it a break.
Not everyone sticks their head in the sand, Joanna. Some people face their problems head on.
Oh.
Lady, where were you at 8:22 this morning?
Oh, eating breakfast.
You sure about that?
Well, how should I know? Do you know where you are every minute of the day?
Daniel actually left home earlier than usual this morning.
Thanks. Heaps.
I'm not going to lie for you, Daniel. If you've done something wrong, you have to face up to it.
Sure, like I shot some doctor.
So where were you?
I went over to Caitlin's place.
Why?
Well, I wanted to talk to her, that's all. I waited for a month to drive off, then I knocked on the door.
What did you want to talk to her about?
Oh, what do you reckon?
Did you know she was going to have a termination?
We never really talked about it.
What did Caitlin say?
She wouldn't let me in the door. She told me to go away, and she doesn't want anything to do with me.
Why?
Well, how do I know why girls do anything? She was all over me when I came back from school holidays. That's when we, you know. Now she treats me like dirt. I just want to tell her that I'd give her help if she needed it.
You mean if she decided to have the baby?
Yeah.
Are you ready for that?
I don't know. I suppose I'd have to be. Kids need fathers.
Mrs. Price?
What now? I'm just on my way out.
We'd just like to have another word with Caitlin, if that's okay.
What about?
Just need to confirm something.
What?
That the baby's father came to visit her this morning when we were at the station.
You know who the father is?
Well, we really can't say.
Do you want to tell me? Not that it matters. This will all be over this afternoon. I'm late. Caitlin's round the back. Talk who you like. See if you can get any sense out of her. You have kids?
No.
Don't.
You better talk to her.
You okay?
I had a fight with Mum.
We need to find out if Daniel came round this morning. You had to know that it'd come out sooner or later.
He was here. Before Mum took me to the hospital.
What time was that?
I don't know. About 8:15.
Didn't want to talk to him? He's the father.
Look, this is my problem, not his.
They should have some sort of say in it, don't you think?
I don't want to see him, okay? Mum's booked me into a clinic in St David's for this afternoon.
Maybe it's for the best, eh?
Yeah.
That is what you want, isn't it?
I don't know what I want. Maybe I should just keep it. Lots of girls are doing it now.
It's no reason.
I'd look after it. It'd be fun. And then I'd have something that's mine, that I made.
It's your decision.
Tell Mum that.
You're the one who has to decide.
Daniel's in the clear.
Caitlin says he knocked on the door about 8:15.
It's terrific. But that means we're back at square one.
I found the wheels missing from Mel's car. Why would you dump two perfectly good tyres? I would have sold them. If I was that way inclined.
Where'd you find it?
Down the end of Quarry Road near the creek bed.
Now, there's a surprise. That's the back of Beryl Toogood's place.
Young Janice Riverston helped me undo the...
Wheel nuts.
Yes. I don't know why they have to make it so difficult to undo them.
You have no remorse at all, do you? You incite bad feelings against a woman who's simply doing her job legally, but you have no compunction in breaking the law yourself when it suits you. I ought to charge you, Beryl.
You must do what you have to, Tommy.
I don't suppose there's any point in giving you a lecture about the rule of law.
There's man's law, and there's a higher law.
Let's not start quoting scriptures. I might have to mention whited sepulchres.
I'm no hypocrite.
Aren't you?
Aren't you going to fingerprint me?
No, that won't be necessary.
You're the experts, I suppose.
Could someone explain to me what you people think you're doing?
Please, calm down, Mrs. Price.
Who do you think you are, preaching right to life nonsense to my daughter? Suddenly she's saying she wants to keep the baby.
Thank the Lord.
Constable Jones, would you escort Mrs. Toogood to her car, please?
Yeah, right this way, Mrs. Toogood.
Now she's stormed off. I don't know where she is.
I'm sure she'll calm down. Girls that
You
age...
don't understand. We have an appointment at a clinic in St. David's this afternoon. I want you to find her.
Well, we really can't do that.
It's the least you can do. After stirring all this up.
Look, she hasn't been gone long enough for us to consider her a missing person.
Rubbish. You can put out an APB or whatever it is you people do.
Mrs. Price, if we see her, we can ask her to give you a call. That's the best we can do.
I see. This is all about protecting your stepson. Yes, I know all about Daniel now.
Would you like to talk about this in my office?
And you're a Catholic, aren't you?
I don't see what that's got to do with it.
I'd say it's got a lot to do with it. And I'll tell you one thing. You're not going to convince my daughter to have Daniel's child.
Do you have any idea of the ethical minefield you've dragged us into?
I didn't advise Caitlin one way or the other.
But you did speak to her.
She was upset. It's like her mother's trying to railroad her into this termination.
I hope you didn't say that to
Give
her.
me some credit.
We have to keep our personal feelings well and truly out of this.
Which is exactly why we should be sending someone out to look for Caitlin. Don't want it to look like you wanted to miss this appointment, that he's Daniel's kid.
I think it'd be better if we pretended you hadn't said that, Parish.
Probably.
Yes?
Boss, Dr. Mel has regained consciousness.
Just need to ask you some questions if you're up to it.
Mm-hmm.
Have you received any threats lately?
No.
Any ex-lovers you haven't told us about?
I wish. When the morphine wears off, I'm gonna have one hell of a headache. The clinic is supposed to help.
No,
But
it's okay.
Caitlin,
It's all right.
she needs to see someone. She's 8 weeks. A clinic in St. David's.
It's okay.
She can...
She's 8 weeks pregnant.
So,
Well, Daniel wasn't in town 8 weeks ago.
then Daniel's not the father.
The private school term is slightly different. He was around 11 weeks ago. That's when they took the
Conception isn't something you can set your watch by, Joe.
baby. Yeah, but she doesn't want anything to do with Daniel. Didn't even want to talk to him.
He could still be the father.
Yeah, but if he's not?
Then whoever it is could be the shooter. Let's ask Caitlin, eh?
She's not going to tell us.
Why not?
You've got a lot to learn about young women.
Is that right?
Yeah. And besides, there's another way to work this out.
Well, Susan reckons that Caitlin isn't exactly one of the in crowd.
And she doesn't know about any other boyfriends?
She didn't even know about Daniel. But she did say that there was a music camp that Caitlin went on.
But when?
First week of August.
8 weeks ago.
Yes?
Just like to ask you a few questions about the music camp, Mr. Story.
I have a student.
It won't take long.
Why do you want to know about the camp?
Well, you organised it, didn't you?
Yes. What's this about?
Oh, we just want to know which students attended, that's all.
Oh, the lists are in the staff room. Can't we do this later?
We'd rather do it now. Here.
Just keep running through the first 10 bars, thanks.
Caitlin, you know your mother's looking for you.
So what?
We need to ask you some questions if you don't mind.
Is this really appropriate?
What questions?
About the baby's father. It's not Daniel, is it?
What does it matter?
Well, he was away at boarding school at the time, so it can't have been him.
So?
I really don't think you should be asking any questions, okay? We can work this out.
Wendell, you spent quite a bit of time with Caitlin at the music camp, didn't you?
Caitlin, what are you doing here? You're obviously not here for a music lesson. Wendell's the father, isn't he?
How long have you had a relationship with Caitlin?
That's none of your business.
It's my business when you break the law, Wendell.
We didn't break any laws.
She was under your care, you've broken the law.
I love her and she loves me.
Uh-huh. Now, what happened at this music camp?
Well, she was upset about that Daniel boy. He hadn't written, hadn't called since he went back to boarding school. Well, you know how teenage girls can get. I comforted her.
Is that what you call it?
There was nothing sordid about it. It was beautiful.
You're her teacher and you took advantage of her.
No. There's not that much of an age difference. 8 years. We love each other. Once she leaves school, it won't matter that we're seeing each other. And when she turns 18, we can get married.
Is that what she wants?
Well, that's what she's thinking about now.
And she'll have the baby.
Yes, of course. We'll bring it up together.
Is that why you took a shot at Dr. Carter?
No, I didn't.
You knew she was going to terminate the baby, didn't you? You wouldn't be able to play happy families. You took the slingshot from the classroom, you went to the hospital and you shot the doctor.
I did not. I was at school. I was practicing guitar.
I hated music when I was a kid.
Yeah?
When I was about 6, my mum sent me for piano lessons. I used to go and play footy with my mates instead.
She never found out.
Not for months, but she was furious when she found out I'd been lying.
Oh, I bet she was.
We never stopped talking to each other, though.
Don't go there, PJ.
There's a door. You had plenty of time to get to the hospital and back before the first bell.
He could have gone out there. Except Susan was in here the whole time listening to him play.
That's it. That's what he was playing.
There was a tape.
I could have sworn he was there.
Susan, is this yours?
No, it's Wendell's.
What do you reckon that looks like?
I have no idea.
Well, it looks like Russ to me.
I wouldn't know.
Forensic will match that to the slingshot. Wendell, you got no alibi. You went to the music room, you put on the tape, and you went out the side door.
No.
You shot Dr. Carter, didn't you?
No!
I thought he would have rolled over by now.
Do we have enough to charge him?
Not without a confession.
Can we send the windshield to forensic?
Rust is rust. It was a bluff.
He would have had trouble submitting it anyway. You didn't have a search warrant.
But we were there to see Susan.
But technically speaking, you had no right to go through his possession.
No, I didn't. It was just there on a chair.
Well, in that case, you might get away with it. We've got nothing more concrete.
We can get him for sex pen with a child under his care.
Then charge him.
Maybe we should talk to Caitlin again, see if he said anything to her about the shooting.
All right, go and talk to her, the both of you. Just remember, we only get one crack at this. In the meantime, I don't suppose anybody is bothered to tell Daniel that he's not the father. How are you?
I just got the lecture from Mum. I don't need it in stereo. I'm irresponsible, just a no-good rotten kid.
I thought you might like to know Caitlin has admitted that you're not the father.
Well, who is?
I can't tell you that.
Lucky I'm off the hook.
I suppose so.
Probably just as well. Imagine me as a father.
Oh, it was possible.
It might have been that bad being a father.
It has its moments.
I was going to give him this. Well, her.
That's the one your dad gave you.
I was going to read it. Even if they didn't understand it. Just to hear my voice. Stupid.
No. Listen, when the time comes for you to be a dad, I reckon he'll be a real good one.
It's got to be cool being a dad.
That's not the easiest job in the world. I wouldn't be in any hurry. But I'd hang on to this if I was you. You're going to need it one day.
I don't see why we have to rake through all this.
It won't take long.
Missed our appointment anyway. Mum, the sooner this all goes away, the better.
What did you and Mr. Story talk about in the music room today, Caitlin?
About the baby?
It's not a baby, Caitlin, not yet.
He wants me to keep it.
Typical.
He says he loves me.
Of course he's going to say that.
I think he really does.
And you love him?
What a ridiculous question.
Caitlin?
No.
Did he say anything about what happened to Dr. Carter?
You don't think that Wendell did that,
Did he say anything?
No.
Is that all? Can we go now?
If he did do this, he's going to go to prison, isn't he? For a long time?
If he did it, probably. Do you want to talk to him and finish sorting things out?
Yes.
How many times do I have to tell you? I wasn't anywhere near the clinic, okay?
Yeah, just calm down, Mr. Story. You're free to go, but we will be needing to speak to you in the future.
Oh, Caitlin.
I want to talk to you about the baby.
Here?
What's going on?
It's okay, it's under control.
I've made a decision.
What about?
I'm going to have the baby.
Caitlin, please.
I knew you'd come round.
Don't do this, Caitlin.
Mum.
She's not having this child. Get your things. We're going home. We can make another appointment for tomorrow.
I'm not going.
Please, darling. Listen to reason. This is your life.
Mrs. Price.
Harry.
It's my decision.
You haven't thought this through. You're making a big mistake.
At least it's my mistake. I have to make it.
Oh, what are you going to do about school money?
I'll support her.
What with your prison earnings?
You don't understand, do you? You're not going to have anything to do with this baby or with me.
But we're going to be together.
I don't love you, Wendell.
You do, I know you do.
No.
Why are you saying this? Is this what they've told you to say?
No! This is my decision!
I don't believe you.
You could have killed Dr. Carter.
I had to. She was trying to kill our baby. And it worked. I saved our baby.
Not our baby. My baby! My very own baby that I can love and who'll love me back! That's all I want! That's all I've ever wanted! Someone who'll love me!
You slut.
Mind the door.
Right, I'm off. Will you call in and see Mel tomorrow?
Yeah, I was going to anyway.
Good work today. Don't do it again.
Did you remember she wouldn't let me finish the song?
Vaguely. Yeah.
Well, I thought it was very funny.
Sorry I'm late.
Oh, that's all right. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Susan.
So I thought since she couldn't join us last night, she could join us tonight for a family dinner.
Great.
I saved you a seat.
Oh, is this all for me?
Yeah, just in time to carve.
Would you like a red?
Yes, please.
I was just asking Nelson if he'd like to accompany me to a discussion group tomorrow about the ethics of abortion.
Oh, good idea.
Mum, it's not the only thing I'm interested in, you know.
Well, I thought you might be able to share your views with us, that's all.
How's Dr. Mel?
She's recovering.
I can't believe Wendell did it.
Listen, if you want to move out of the flat for a while...
Oh, no, I'll be okay.
What about me?
Ask me in 18 months' time.
Oh, I don't know. I'm sure he can have a drop.
Half a glass. And don't ask me for a top-up, all right?
What do we drink to?
Well, what about to, kids growing up?
And, parents letting them.
Amen.
Well, it's just the two of us then, eh?
I might catch up with you. There's a few things I want to finish off.
Right.
Mum, hi. Happy birthday.